Well, was somebody, Patrick, was somebody blindsided by?
I don't know.
By multi-million-dollar election
but
checks?
we don't know. But somebody was asleep at the wheel.
Okay.
And you see, to say that the regulatory, you always need to update regulations because by definition they are going to be behind time. However, I am not sure that the current regulations as they exist were not sufficient to prevent this thing from happening. That is how I.
Gentlemen, a technical question. If somebody had 7 separate EFPAs, $75,000 each, do they get all their money back?
That is how I understand it. They get each a 75 on each one, provided they have up to 75 on each one.
So if somebody took
you are a different
increments of 75,000.
Yes, it's a wise thing to do.
They're in the clear.
Yeah, and you put money in the deposit account. I think it's.
I understand that certain credit unions took out these EFPAs in the names of individuals in order to qualify. I understand these EFPAs had to be written in the name of an individual, and these credit unions nominated an individual in whose name the EFPA was. Peter, come, reveal some of what you know.
No. I'm not familiar with those arrangements.
Oh no.
I am familiar with the arrangements as it relates to individuals. And I would be the first one to say that if an institution, there's no way an institution can have an annuity. I mean, Douglas, I don't know that an institution can have an annuity.
But I want to speak to that earlier when you talk about the Princess Town and Marabou. That's the point I wanted to make.
Okay. Yes. All right, gentlemen, we have some callers. I understand the first caller is from Princess Town. Come in, Princess Town.
Hello. Yes. Mr. Jeremy first. I don't appreciate you calling our policyholders greedy. Because I don't think you understand. It's politics. As far as I'm concerned, it's politics there going on. But anyways, I agree with Peter there. He represents us.
I think they're trying to fix it.
All right? Yeah, he represents us. I'm a single mother, 5 children. I've never...
Okay, we're not hearing... Okay. Start over, Princess Town. We didn't hear whatever you said before. We just started hearing you now.
Okay, I'm saying I don't appreciate you, Mr. Jeremy, calling us policyholders greedy. Because you don't completely understand the situation. And I wouldn't go into that. What I'm saying is, to me, it's politics right now going on there. I agree with Mr. Representative there, the policyholder, Peter. All right? What I'm saying is, I have never asked the government for anything. I'm a single mother of 5 children. Invested my money in Clico. I know you think I'm greedy, eh? But okay, I invested my money in Clico. All right? I have nowhere to live right now. I invested it for a short period of time so that I could take it out and build my house to put my 5 children. All right? I have no redress now to get this money. This is the problem that we are experiencing right now. All right? What is the government doing? We put the government there. She said she's for the people. All right? But she makes statement as saying we could take it or leave it, which was very, very sad. And as I'm saying, I'm not fortunate to get anything from the government. I've never went to the government for any hand-me-down. I've always fight my battle by myself. All right? And I think this money...
We take your point, Princess Town. We take your point, Princess Town. Maraval, come in.
Yeah, good evening to you all.
Good evening.
I just want to add something that has not been mentioned at all in this program. I have in my possession audited financial statements, consolidated financial statements of CL Financial. How many people out there know that between the year 2000 and 2005, Clico's contribution to CL Financial was a loss of $1,448 million. Now let me make myself quite clear. I fully support bailing out the annuitants and the pensions. But when I have letters in front of me, for example, notwithstanding these substantial losses, I have a letter in front of me signed by Nigel Salina, financial advisor of Colonial Life, to a client saying the EFPA is similar to a fixed deposit at conventional banks. And then you all arguing about it's not a fixed deposit. It was a fixed deposit. right? Then I have other letters. I have another one in front of me in 2006, written to another client. Your contributions are fully backed by our statutory reserve fund, which was in deficit $5 billion, right? And it is fully backed. You will get all your capital. Your capital is guaranteed a full return of your contributions plus interest. And we want to draw your attention that the commercial banks can only guarantee $50,000. What are these people doing? Fooling people?
Well, point well taken. Point well taken. Our last caller is from Karinaj. Come in, Karinaj.
Yes, I have a good night.
Good night.
I have a question for Douglas Camacho.
Yes.
Clico did not submit audited financials for 3 consecutive years. Where were the regulators? And why weren't their licenses pulled?
Good question. Douglas?
Douglas.
Shoot away.
Well, you're probably a little better informed than I am. I wasn't aware that Clico had not submitted financial statements to the central bank for 3 years. I heard Patrick saying it was CIB and his breath. CIB is not Clico. And there's a point I was making earlier in the program that I think we often confuse Clico with CIB, with CL Financial. And I think it's time people start seeing them as separate and distinct entities. When Peter was reading from his statement about the assets of CL Financial being liquidated to meet the repayment from the CL Financial and its subsidiaries to Clico, and that the government at the time and the central bank said that after they get that they will put in the deficit coming out of any uncollected from the sale of those assets.
Yes.
It's a very good plan, but people are not stopping to think that they have not yet sold the assets and that the liquidation of those assets would be a pipe dream to believe that it could happen in less than about 5 to 10 years, especially in the current market.
I'm glad you
So that the reality of this situation, where we are at now, is such that what we need to do is to make sure that we're very clear that Clico and CL are separate, and that those assets of CL Financial are liquidated appropriately over the appropriate time, and those funds paid over to Clico, which is the entity that the money is owed to protect those insurance policies, or if the government and or central bank or whoever, through the mechanism of the central bank, because it's not the central bank, as Patrick said, they don't have the money, it is the government who has to give the backing. If they are prepared to provide liquidity until those assets are fine, well then fine. But to my mind, it should be wait and collection of the funds from the assets.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming, hold on a second, San Fernando. I am coming back to you to answer the question of those letters from the Clico people saying EFPAs are the same as CDs, but you have to hold it until we hear from San Fernando.